I always try to start my meetings on time. The meeting this morning started at 9 o'clock, and we just finished. It was a very productive, very constructive meeting. I was so impressed with every senator. I don't know how many spoke, but I would say, Patty, how many?
28.
28.
So 28 senators spoke, and it was very, very good. What I wanted to announce today is that we're going to expand our leadership. We're going to do things a little differently, a different approach. And the one thing that came out of the caucus without any second guessing is that we have to continue fighting for the middle class. That speech after speech after speech. I would be hard-pressed to think of 3 of the 28 that didn't talk about the middle class. The middle class is what is concerning to every one of my senators. They're not getting a fair shot. And we're going to do everything we can in the 114th Congress to make sure the middle class of this great country of ours has a fair shot at succeeding. We're going to have a new DSCC chair, John Tester of Montana. John is a very plain man. He's a farmer who has run and won to extremely incredible, difficult races in a very swing state. Amy Klobuchar, part of the expanded leadership. I don't know of anyone that tries harder to work across party lines than she does. In fact, she is one of the top senators in any legislative body, whether you're in the House or the Senate. If you want to get something done on a bipartisan basis, talk to Klobuchar. Elizabeth Warren, somebody asked me on the way in here, Elizabeth Warren is going to be part of your leadership. What do you expect her to do? I expect her to be Elizabeth Warren. We'll be happy to take a few questions.
Senator Leader Reid,
Yeah.
what message do you believe voters are listening to you? Is it focusing more on the middle class, or is it expanding beyond tactics and other things that you have done when you led the Senate?
I believe that if we look at voter patterns and what we saw in this incredibly difficult election, is the people that should have voted that didn't vote are people who needed a reason to vote. And we have to create an atmosphere where the middle class feels that we're fighting for them. We had a number of brilliant statements in our caucus. Sherrod Brown, Maria Cantwell, a number of others who talked about how important it was that we do something to let those people out there know that we're for them.
A number of senators have said that you worked so hard to protect Democrats from tough votes, but some of your members didn't have much of a record to run on. Looking back, do you think that you should have managed the Senate a little bit differently?
We tried on 73 separate occasions to have a vote on an amendment. The minority refused to let us have a vote. We tried having votes. Remember? We had energy efficiency, not once, but twice, where the Republicans said, this is the time to do something. We haven't done anything in energy in a long time. This is it. Shaheen Portman. First time, never-ending stalling. We had to take it off the floor. The second time, I had Republicans who are part of that committee come to me with Shaheen and say, okay, we've got it this time. We have 5 amendments that have been adopted in the committee that makes this bill so good. Bring it to the floor. And the Republicans told me, in the presence of Jeanne Shaheen and others, if you get any problems, fill the tree. We'll vote for cloture. Okay? Just before that vote took place, they wanted to vote on a sense of the Senate on Keystone. I said, no. I came back and said, yes. They said, no, we want to vote up or down vote. I didn't want to do it. I said, yes. They came back and said, we'll only have a vote if you guarantee we're going to win it. Now that's Shaheen Portman. We had Boxer on the bill that was so awful as far as time consuming. We got nothing done. The transportation bill, example after example. We tried to have votes. The Republicans made a decision after Obama was first elected that they were going to oppose everything that he wanted, and that's what they've done. They couldn't stop us in the Congress where we had 58, 59, 60 senators, but that's the story. So anyone thinking that I stopped votes from occurring is simply not valid.
Senator Reid, what should we make of the fact that there are 3 more women standing with you here as part of this leadership team?
Well, I'll tell you why. There are women here with me. I came to the Senate in the sweep when Reagan got wiped out. 8 of us came. I served at that time with one woman, Barbara Mikulski, and I have seen this institution change for a lot of reasons, but one reason it has changed for the good is because of women. It has changed. Women think differently than men, and I am so impressed with the women I have in my caucus that I wanted to reach out to them because they represent what America's all about.
We don't argue with that, but does it mean something for 2016? Does it mean something for 2016?
Yes.
How do you plan to operate your caucus in the minority? Do you plan to do things differently than you've seen the Republicans operate in the minority?
Yes, and I've said that many times since the election. This is not get even time. I do not intend to run the Democratic caucus like the Republican caucus has been run in the minority. I am not going to do that. I am going, for example, I just told Amy Klobuchar, who we have a lot of bills that are bipartisan bills. She is going to get me a list of those soon, and we're going to sit down and see if we can get the Republicans to agree that they want to pass bipartisan bills. We want to legislate. We're not for stalling. We want to move on to the next Congress with a record of accomplishment. Oh, yeah, I'd love to.
Well, of course.
You bet.
Yeah.
Senator Warren, can I ask why you wanted to be a part of the Democratic leadership, and what messages do you believe that voters were sending that they perhaps have not heard happen in the Senate?
Well, I believe in what the Democrats are fighting for. You know, Wall Street is doing very well. CEOs are bringing in millions more, and families all across this country are struggling. We have to make this government work for the American people, and that's what we're here to fight for. And I am grateful to the leader, I am grateful to the caucus for giving me a chance to be part of that fight. But that's what we're all going to be here doing every single day. That's what we're about.
Yeah, I see this as a tremendous opportunity for our country right now. Our economy is stabilized, and we need to move forward. And when we talked about those bills that are sitting around, many of which have now passed the House, we can get these done by the end of the year. And so the idea here is to break through the gridlock, to start having votes again, and we will take them at their word when they say they want to move with us and move this economy forward and get going. I think it's an opportunity, and we need to seize it.
Yes, I think this will be the last question.
And testers need to.
Oh, I forgot
Yeah,
about.
there's a guy.
Yeah, really, there is a guy.
Should we let that? Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
I know he's hard
Come
to
on.
see.
Okay.
Had a hard time picking me up. Yeah. Well, first of all, it's going to be great to work with, to make the Senate functional again, really to move the ball forward for the middle class. I think it is critically important. I think if there was one message that the voters sent out, a lot of them by not voting, it was that we need to work together. Now, what my role is going to be at DSCC is going out and finding candidates that can lead, that can win, that can advocate for the middle class in their elections, and I look forward to that challenge. It's going to be a big job. I still have my duties as a U.S. Senator, which are very, very important from the state of Montana, and I've got duties at my farm at home. But the bottom line is that we've worked hard before, we'll work hard again, and I think we'll be successful passing good policies.
Thanks, everyone.
Okay.
Thank you.
I think we've done enough, everybody. Thanks. What's that?